Let me tell you something I wish somebody had told me on my first day. Being a spy is nothing like you see on TV. Showdowns in exotic locales, death-defying car chases, seemingly limitless food and beverage per diems. Those days are over. What we deal with is the collection and manipulation of information, plain and simple. And thanks to the wonders of telephone communication, we don't even have to leave our desks anymore. Is it fun? Not really. Does it pay well? Well, that depends on how long you've been here. But listen, if you keep your head down and do what's asked of you, 15, 20 years down the line, you could have a nice-looking corner office just like this one. Heated underground parking, too. Not too shabby, is it?
When I signed up here, I was kind of hoping to do work in the field.
Of course you were. Take it from someone who spent their entire 20s having the wind blow through their hair. Sooner or later, we all have to settle down and manage expectations. Better to do that now and get a head start on everybody else.
Fair enough.
What's your name again?
Kovacs.
Kovacs? That's it? What, you're too good for a first name?
It's, Numi.
That's more like it. Since it's your first day, let's see what they taught you in the academy. The woman we're about to call is Lacey Mendoza. She's a production manager at our latest competitor, Rev Inc. Our top engineer, a fellow by the name of Sebastian Cartwright, was working on a top-secret project when he was abducted along with his plans. We're beginning to think that Cartwright might be involved in whatever they're doing over there at Rev, and possibly against his will. There's 3 things I'm going to need you to find out. 1, where this test facility is located. 2, what's the easiest point of entry. And 3, whether or not they have Sebastian. I pulled all the information I could on Lacey and compiled it in this scrapbook. It's not much, but it might help you gild the lily. Any questions?
Any advice?
Get her to trust you. Pretend to be someone from her past. Someone she cares for but hasn't kept in touch with. Old classmate, former co-worker, that sort of thing. Whatever you do, don't pretend to be a loan manager. You won't make it past hello.
Enough talk. Let's call her up.
This is an important mission, so make it count.
Bliss and blessings unto you and yours. This is Lacey. Who's speaking?
Only the best roommate you've ever had.
Clara? You sound really different.
So do you. I actually thought you were a man when you first picked up.
Really? Well, it's probably just a bad line or something.
That's probably it.
You're not with Docilio, are you?
Who's Docilio?
Never mind. We've just had a lot of outside interference lately, and we need to be extra careful about who we speak to. So if you really are Clara, I'm going to need some proof. Why don't we start with you telling me the address of our old apartment?
42 Overlook Terrace.
Wow, it really is you! But how on earth did you get this number?
I used my psychic abilities.
Wait, you're actually telling me that you're psychically gifted?
Test me. I love creating new believers.
All right, what country am I in?
USSR.
Wrong. That was a trick question. I'm not actually in a country. I'm on a private island 30 miles northeast of Tahiti. What else you got?
I sense that you are in a heavily guarded facility.
Kinda. We have a guard blocking the entrance at all times. But there's also a grate that leads through the ventilation system, which you can enter by shorting the alarm system. And if you were a real psychic, you would have known that. Oh, that reminds me. I need to get Sebastian to come up with a better security system. We're 4 weeks away from shipping, and if the world gets wind of our invention before then, we'll be ruined!
Wow. People will reveal almost anything if it means being right. That's everything you need. Wrap it up before she gets wise.
So why are you calling, Clara?
There's someone at the door. Can I call you back?
Don't bother. We're not allowed to speak to outsiders while we're here in the compound. I wasn't even allowed to give this number to my family in case of emergency. Wait a minute. How did you get it?
Told you I was psychic.
You managed to get everything we need without tipping her off. It can't help but wonder if that was more luck than skill, though. Why don't you take a break? I guess you've earned it.
Hi, I'm Numi Kovacs.
Well, 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 you must be the latest Oi boy.
I don't understand.
Outside intelligence, OI, Oi. Listen, kid, if you want to stand out and be seen as spectacular, it's best that you take to our office vernacular. Let me introduce myself. Hab Applecott's the name. Equipping agents is my claim to fame. You need gadgetry, you come to me. Forgery, too. I'll make you an honorary degree.
What's the deal with Turn? He seems a little off.
He was once a federal field agent, considered one of the best, but was fired for sending his partner on a self-serving quest. She took most of the flack, was temporarily jailed, and ever since then his career's been derailed. You'd be cranky too if that happened to you.
What's with all the rhyming?
Most of my work is pretty mundane. Speaking like this keeps me from going insane.
Do you have any advice on how I can get some field work?
Around here, that's unfortunately Horace's domain. And between you and me, that's a downright shame. He won't use my inventions, says he's found better kinds. But that's only because he pockets everything he finds. If I were in charge, I'd send him on a permanent vacation. But Turn won't do it. I think he fears retaliation.
Could you help me replace Horace in the field?
Well, Horace is more a pain than I'd like to admit. Too loose with his lips and totally lacking in wit. But going out on a limb for a perfect stranger? Why, a stunt like that could put my job in danger.
I promise to return the favor.
And what makes you think you'll be around to repay? Turn's fired assistants after only one day.
I have no social life, so I'm always free to work well into the night.
Considering you're getting paid by the hour, that's not exactly a superpower.
I'm smart, practically a genius.
Intelligence is something that one has to prove. All right, go ahead and make your first chess move.
QB8 to QB7.
There's a pawn in that spot, you crazy cretin. One move in and you're already beaten.
The peanut is neither a pea nor a nut. It's a legume.
Intelligence and knowledge aren't one and the same. Just spitting out trivia is both boring and lame.
What can I say to impress you today?
There's a step in the right direction. Keep bringing the rhymes and you might pass inspection.
My quick-witted brain will never die, nor will my elephant-like memory.
Changing around the pronunciation. Well, that just reeks of sheer desperation.
Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
That's not yours, it belongs to the bard. Plagiarists ought to be feathered and tarred.
I'll stand here for weeks on end, if that's what it takes to call you friend.
You've impressed me thus far, but how long can that last?
When you find out the answer, you'll be somewhat aghast.
When it comes to Western poetry, you're clearly a beast. Now, how about a form that began in the East? The syllable count of 575 is a perfect way to keep the brain cells alive. Now, with a haiku, I'll be impressed through and through, and maybe help you.
The egg is white, pure, unwavering, and bright. Does that make it right?
Eggshell is the word that you should have used instead. You went under par.
We know what you need, so don't worry your dumb head, the early birds say.
Your poetic prowess has left me feeling quite odd. As a man of my word, I'll assist with your fraud. This fake ID should serve you just fine, but if anyone asks, the hands that made them were not mine.
Will this give me access to the photocopier?
Without an official tracker, there's little that card can do. If you want real privileges, you might try a switcheroo.
Who's gonna be dumb enough to fall for that?
Check another floor if you can't find someone nearby. As long as you stay persistent, you're sure to find your guy.
Thanks, Hab. Looks like it needs a passcode.
Roaming the halls already, are we?
Turns out I could have a break.
Don't act like you earned it. We all know it was luck.
It wasn't luck.
All you did was go with your guts. You barely referenced the dossier we spent days preparing.
I didn't need it.
I can't wait to see where you'll wind up with that attitude. Now, what is it you want?
Can I have the code for the outbound research division?
The bullpen for the telephone division falls under Mr. Turner's domain, and he prefers to, keep that to himself. My only dealings with him is through the company mail system.
Turn doesn't trust you.
It's my understanding that Mr. Turner lost his government position due to information about him being leaked. Ever since then, he's been very particular about office protocols.
Who are you?
Thornton Penderbrook, Office Manager, Division of Outside Intelligence, Heir Apparent to Penderbrook Motors, International Traveler, Raconteur, and Bon Vivant.
Oh, well, my name's Numi. I'd like to do a field mission.
A field mission? Oh, that's rich. Most of our work is handled over the phone these days. We only have one agent in the field. There's no need for any more.
Is there any situation where I could work in the field?
For that to happen, every single agent in this office would have to become indisposed.
So it is possible then.
If that kind of wild optimism is what you need to continue your interminable existence, far be it from me to tell you otherwise.
I should get back to work.
Before you do, let me ask you a question. Have you ever taken the time to stroll the docile woods?
I prefer the city.
Well, that wasn't the answer I was looking for, but I suppose I should have assumed based on your attire. Off you go!
Out of order. Guess I'll have to hold it. Looks like these mail slots connect to the bullpen on the other side.
All inter-agent communication must be approved by yours truly.
Looks like these mail slots connect to the bullpen on the other side.
All inter-agent communication must be approved by yours truly.
That font's pretty hard to read.
It's not a font, it's a foreign film from Japan.
Well, yeah, I knew that. The Japanese language also has fonts, and this one's pretty hard to read. Good movie?
Utterly breathtaking. It's almost 20 years old and still ahead of its time.
I'd love to see it.
Well, it's very hard to get a hold of. Have to be in the right circles, which you're obviously not.
Sure are a lot of people in there. About 50 at least.
Whoa there! You got any reason to be fiddling with that contraption?
Not really.
Then don't. Well, there's a new site in an old place. Name's Horace Haynes.
Hi, I'm Numi.
Numi. Another name I'm gonna have to learn to forget.
What do you mean?
Let me guess. New kid, fresh out of the academy, ready to travel the world and set it on fire. Problem is, Penderbrook's only got room for one field agent, and you're looking at it.
I have a lot to offer.
Oh, I'm sure you do. But once you realize all you're going to be doing is answering phones and ordering lunches, you'll go somewhere else, just like the rest. Why don't I save you some time? The Bellows Agency just opened an outfit across town and are looking to poach as many of our agents as they can. Why don't you give her a call? Head off to greener pastures.
This flyer says I need 2 years experience.
You don't have that? Heck, maybe you should be answering Terrence calls.
How come you're not applying for this job?
I know certain things about the people here at Penderbrook, which have afforded me a somewhat privileged situation.
What do you know?
You heard about how Turn's partner at the government wound up getting arrested? Well, let's just say that Turn's version is a bit of a bald-faced one.
If you're such a big shot, how about you show me the ropes?
I don't need to prove myself to you.
Or maybe you don't have anything to offer.
Okay, here's one. A good spy knows how to get things out of reach, but a great spy knows how to keep things out of reach. Take a look at this jacket of mine. Seems pretty normal, right?
I guess.
Well, I had every pocket made up of 2 sleeves. That way no one can pickpocket me without raising pockets. I call it the double decker. Might even get a patent for it after I retire.
I bet I could pick your pocket without you noticing.
All right, hotshot. Give it a go. This is getting embarrassing for both of us.
Can I try picking your pocket again?
Have at it.
Oh, wow.
What's that?
Nothing. I just realized that there's no way I'm ever going to be able to steal this thing without you noticing.
That's what I've been saying. This double-decker is gonna make me a fortune. Wait a sec.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just thought my pocket felt different for a second, but my card's still in there. I can feel it in the bottom.
What are you doing up here?
Waiting to deploy on a new mission. Supposed to bring back a scientist that got kidnapped or something.
Oh?
Got to hand it to you. That was some pretty decent intel you got us. You really ought to think of going somewhere else.
So are you the only agent who gets to work the field?
Sometimes when I'm indisposed, turn to send someone out in my stead. But that only happens once every couple years.
So if you went missing, they might send me.
Sure, if I went missing, along with the 50 other folks in this place that outrank you. But that's not going to happen now, is it?
So how did Tern really lose his job with the government?
Why, so you can use it against him to make him put you in the field?
No!
I'm not going anywhere, sweetie, and neither are you.
Bye.
Adios, amigo.